1. After the car accident, I pretended to have amnesia. Jack pushed me towards his brother, and I just went along and ended up sleeping with him, which totally freaked him out. Then news of my arranged marriage spread like wildfire, and Jack rushed over to try and stop it. I held Logan's arm, smiling. Let me introduce you to my fiancé, Logan. I can't have just one woman in my life, Ava, Jack said. She follows me around all day trying to marry me. Seriously, I haven't even had my fun yet. I can't be tied down for life. At the discharge party, Jack was lounging on the center sofa, blowing smoke rings nonchalantly. Jack, isn't it wrong to deceive her like this? Someone asked. Jack was indifferent. Well, she's the one who lost her memory in the car accident, not my fault. I'll apologize later, and she'll come back to me. Besides, Logan and I are buddies. He won't do anything with Ava, right? Logan, sitting in the corner, was half hidden in shadow, his aura seemingly forming a barrier against the party's noise. There on the floor like trash was a watch, my birthday gift for Jack. Logan gently reminded him, Ava put a lot of thought into that gift. You shouldn't treat it so carelessly. Jack kicked it towards Logan with disdain. Who needs this junk? If you like it, take it. The watch face cracked and eventually shattered completely. I pulled myself together and walked in. Jack was busy flirting with a girl next to him. Jack, your sister-in-law's here, someone called out. What nonsense, isn't she right here? Jack replied, annoyed, jokingly pinching the girl's waist. Lisa, who was gaining fame as a new artist signed by one of our companies, coquettishly leaned into Jack. Jack, she teased as she hooked her arm around his. Jack glanced at me, pulled Lisa closer and kissed her. Baby, you smell so good. With a proud look, Lisa said, Ava, you see how Jack is. Her face flushed as she deliberately provoked me, knowing about Jack and me. Everyone at the party had witnessed Jack and I growing up together for 7 years. But now Jack was acting absurd and unrestrained, making everyone speechless. The phone rang just in time and I quickly excused myself. Enjoy the party. I suddenly remembered I have something urgent. As I left, someone quietly reminded Jack, Ava will remember eventually. Don't go too far or you won't be able to fix it. Jack just laughed, downed his drink and kissed Lisa more. She loves me so much she'd risk her life. If I wanted to marry her, she wouldn't mind anything. I used to be all about Jack even when he lied about having cancer. I would go sleepless looking for treatments and would pray all the way up a mountain for him. When the truth came out, I just smiled it off, relieved he was fine. Jack was sure I wouldn't leave him, so he was reckless. But everyone has limits. I can get hurt too. Though it's hard to let go of youthful love, once disappointment piles up, there's no turning back. Thinking about the past made my heart sting a bit, and I wanted to berate myself. Ava, why didn't you see this sooner? Jack's not the best in this crowd. Being tied to him for life would have been a mistake. Fortunately, it's not too late. I covered my face and started laughing through my tears. Are you all right? Logan stepped closer, gently handing me a handkerchief. His sharp suit outlined his lean frame, and everything about him exuded grace. Logan was known as the high peak flower, never seen with any woman and always buried in work, emotionless. That's why Jack was so comfortable using him as an alibi, pushing him to me as the fiancé when he heard about my amnesia. Though the greens are prestigious, they're nothing compared to the whites. Now with Logan as my fiancé, how could I choose the already tarnished Jack? I wiped my tears, leaning against Logan. His body stiffened. Before he could push me away, I sighed softly. I'm fine. Just feeling a bit down after coming out. Huss. Hubby, what's wrong with me? I mean, if he's my fiancé, calling him hubby isn't too much, right? Logan shifted slightly, his fingers gently resting on my shoulder in comfort. Maybe it's just from the injury. Don't overthink it. I'll take you home. I clutched the edge of his suit, a bit surprised. Aren't we living together as an engaged couple? His reserved demeanor made me want to see what made him tick. Tears brimmed in my eyes. Is it a loveless family alliance then? No feelings between us? No, he finally replied. Are you hiding something from me? Someone? No, he said again. After relentless questioning, Logan brought me to his place. This is the master bedroom, you sleep here. I'll be in the next room. Logan tried to withdraw, but I quickly hugged him, purposely looking him over. Why are we sleeping apart? Is there something you're not telling me? Logan grabbed my wandering hand, murmuring no. It's just I thought you'd feel uncomfortable since you don't remember much. Then let's sleep together, I said decisively, leaving no room for argument. Soon I regretted it. Who knew someone so composed would have a semi-transparent door for the bathroom? The sound of running water, his silhouette visible through the door, made my face burn, but I couldn't look away. When the water stopped, I was left wanting more. Logan comes out, barely wrapped in a towel, just covering his private area. The view is spectacular and worth admiring. Sorry to keep you waiting. Water from his hair drips off his shoulders, highlighting his muscular and sexy build. This body is on a whole different level compared to Jack's. I was truly blind before, mistaking a bad apple for a treasure. I can't help but softly sigh. Honey, you're so handsome. Logan's ears turn red instantly, making me feel playful. Honey, just looking at you, I feel like I'm already falling in love. Do you look this good when we're physically closer? Logan's eyes darken, his exposed skin turning completely red. When you get your memory back, we can. The doctor said repeating past activities might help jog my memory. Speaking, I climb up and kiss Logan's long-admired thin lips. Ava, Logan breathes out hoarsely. A gentle tug and we both topple onto the big bed. I pin Logan down, pressing my lips against his, asking, Babe, are you hiding something from me? Do you dislike me? If you won't tell me, I'll go ask Jack. Just as I'm about to get up, Logan pulls me back. I fall onto him again, earning a groan. When Jack calls, my hands are mischievously roving over Logan's abs. Logan, make sure to keep an eye on Ava for me. I feel at ease with you around. Okay, Logan replies softly, hanging up the phone. Babe, who was that? I ask, pretending not to know. No one important. Logan avoids answering, shutting off his phone. Wherever my fingers touched became more flustered. His eyes seemed a bit clouded. Just as I'm about to pull off his inconvenient towel, Logan stops my hand. You're not well yet. I'll go to the guest room. His hoarse voice soothes me gently, then he quickly leaves. Watching Logan's retreating back, there's a hint of regret. The more reserved he is, the more I want to see him lose control. Jack spending time with Lisa and a couple of models is quite indulged. Worried Ava might regain her memory and ruins his plans, he instructs Logan in detail. Friends tell him he's overdoing it, advising kindly, Jack, sometimes you need to consider Ava's perspective. If you truly like her, treat her well. If not, make it clear. Jack shrugs it off with confidence. I know Ava's great, but being too good can be pressuring. After I've had my fun, getting married will make me settle down. She'll probably be overjoyed. Alright, I'll make her a ring soon and propose. It'll be an apology for this wild time. I know her too well. Jack believes Ava cares too much about him to ever leave. If he wasn't a key figure in her memories, she wouldn't have forgotten everyone else but him. Now's just the time to take a breather. When we finally tie the knot, I won't have any regrets. Jack chuckles, holding the model tighter, kisses deepening. Waking up, I find Logan has breakfast ready. In a clean white shirt, radiating husband vibes, the loose button at his collar is exceedingly tempting. Almost wishing to mess him up. I sit next to Logan, naturally taking his hand, tracing it lightly. Honey, your fingers are so pretty. I want to hold them forever. Logan stays silent, taking a bite of a sandwich. Honey, yours seem tastier, let me try. I brush my lips past Logan's cheek, touching where he just bit. Logan hesitates, his cheeks redden, he shifts slightly. Babe, there's something on my face, help me wipe it off. Logan obediently goes along, tenderly wiping my lips. The brush of his pink fingertips against my lips, a soft tease. Studying Logan closely, I trace his features with my eyes. Long, curling black eyelashes are just right there. His slightly parted lips silent, feeling an urge to kiss. When I draw back to reality, I'm already close to Logan. A good morning kiss, don't forget next time. I tease, lifting Logan's chin, a warm warning. At the Greens party with Logan by my side, Lisa, next to Jack, greets us politely, toasting. After a drink, I feel dizzy. The drink is suspect. Did you put something in the drink? The world blurs. I vaguely see Jack pulling Lisa aside, sounding angry. Jack, calm down, it's just some sleeping pills. This way, Ava will think she got involved with someone and be too guilty when she regains her memory to say anything to you, giving you control. Jack hesitates, but what if? Trust me, it's all set. Lisa leans into Jack, tracing circles with her finger. After this, she won't dare meddle with you. Isn't this what's best for you, Jack? You've gone out of your way for me, how should I spoil you? Gradually convinced, Jack grinned, nibbling Lisa's earlobe, making her squeal softly. Jack, fine, since it's just sleeping pills, I won't worry. Let's go somewhere else. Jack heads off with Lisa toward the hotel suites. But my body's reaction says it's not just sleeping pills. I scan the crowd, searching for Logan, tombstoned by some older men. I hesitate to call out in case I make too obvious noises. Nearby, a few suspicious people start to move in. I jumped up quickly, moving closer to Logan before I completely lost my composure and fell into his familiar embrace. Honey, help me. Logan could see something was off and quickly draped his jacket over me. He tucked me into the car, and I instinctively climbed onto his lap. Help me, babe. I'm feeling awful. I kissed Logan's cheek, my hands automatically going for the buttons on his shirt. As I opened the second button, Logan stopped me. He deftly took off his tie to bind my restless hands, his voice a bit hoarse. I'm taking you to the hospital. The drugs were spreading through my system, but I tried to tease him with the little sanity I had left. Why aren't we engaged? You can help me. Logan looked at me, his eyes swirling with an emotion I couldn't quite read. He spoke firmly but gently. Ava, I don't want you to regret this. He pushed me to the side and buckled me in. As his fingers brushed my waist, a shiver ran through me. A tremor echoed in my heart, disturbing the calm, creating ripples. Deep inside, something stirred, spreading endlessly. Logan stayed with me the whole night until the effects of the drug wore off. What do I do now, babe? I feel like I love you more today than yesterday. I grinned at him, my eyes curving with my smile. Since I forgot everything, how about we start over and fall in love again? I offered my hand. Hi, I'm Ava. Logan turned away slightly, his ears turning a soft shade of red. He gently took my hand, his voice rough. Logan. I'd hold Logan's hand like any couple, go on dates, and whenever I could, I'd touch him playfully. But Logan was so calm and restrained, he wouldn't go further. As night got deeper, I'd remove all his clothes and towels from the bathroom while he showered. Half an hour later, his shy voice called from inside. I forgot to bring a towel, can you get me one? I could barely see his silhouette through the frosted door, amused. You're shy now? What were you doing knocking on doors before? I didn't budge, so another half hour went by. Ava, are you there? Finally, I slowly handed in a pink towel, feigning shock. Oops, I got the wrong one. Hold on, I'll get another. No worries, this is fine. His pale, slender fingers reached out through the door, water droplets clinging to his red skin. The pink towel slipped between his fingers and was pulled back quickly, as if afraid I'd see something. The door was practically see-through anyway, what was the fuss? A moment later, Logan emerged in the pink towel. Ugh, I wanted to just pull it off. Before I had a chance, he went to the closet and changed into his silk pajamas. I tugged at the hem of his shirt, quietly whining. Babe, do you not love me? No, that's not it, Logan quickly denied. I pinched my leg, forcing out a couple of tears, and looked up slowly. Then why won't you stay with me? If that's how you feel, maybe we should split and not force anything. Logan panicked and pulled me close, his gaze deep. He kissed the corner of my eye softly, asking carefully, do you really like me? The me right now? I lifted on my toes to answer with a kiss. One touch led to another, spiraling out of control. Trying to catch my breath, I went to get up, but Logan pulled me back by the ankle. His hot lips brushed my back, voice tempting. Wifey, say you love me. Babe, I love you. I was fooled by Logan's calm exterior. He seemed cool, but in bed he was wild. And wild he was all night long. Waking up late with aches everywhere, I saw Logan back to his usual composed self. Jack occasionally checked in with Logan. How's Ava? She hasn't remembered anything, right? Let me know if she shows signs of getting her memory back so I can prep my apology speech. Even though her gestures can melt my heart, I should at least pretend to be miserable in front of her. She's quite annoying, but hang in there for me. Logan. She's doing well, don't worry. I leaned close deliberately, and Logan quickly locked his phone. Why the secrecy? Is there someone else? No, it's just Jack. He likes to talk nonsense and I didn't want you seeing. Watching Logan scramble to explain, I pretended to let it go. For the next week, Logan didn't go to the company, as if trying to make up for lost time. In moments of passion, he would nibble on my earlobe, yearning. "Ava, I want a birthday gift too." My head fuzzy, I nodded eagerly just to escape the room, completely missing that he said, too. At the store, Logan picked a watch identical to one I once got for Jack, just tens of thousands. Compared to the couple $100,000 watches he usually wore, this seemed cheap. I remembered Jack stepping on it with his foot, the scene vivid in my mind. My heart twinged and I gently suggested maybe pick something else? Like cufflinks or a tie. Logan looked down with a smile, already wearing it. "Whatever you give, I'll love. Ava, I can get cufflinks, ties. I want them all." His smile was so charming I couldn't help but nod. We spent the entire day carefully picking out different styles. Not too few, not too many, just like the ones I gave Jack. Every purchase was on Logan's card. Despite my protest, Logan just smiled even more. "You're giving me a gift, it makes sense I pay. Ava, having you with me is the best gift." His sweet words were indulgent, making my heart flutter. Cameras flashed nearby, and I quickly covered my face, putting on a mask. In the end, Logan and I made front-page entertainment news. The Whites' untouchable flower bends and breaks for love. Everyone wondered about the identity of the woman in the photos. Jack couldn't help but call to tease. "For when did this happen and why keep it so secretive? I don't know who's behind it, but I'm surprised you finally found someone to catch your eye. Did Ava see the news? Did she say anything about it? But even if she did, it doesn't matter. Even though you're pretending to be her fiancé now, she'll eventually realize that for people like us, it's unrealistic to stay loyal to one person forever." Logan was blocking most of the woman's silhouette, so it was hard to identify her. At the moment, Jack was feeling pretty smug. To him, Logan having someone else on the side was beneficial. When Ava regains her memory, Jack could use it as leverage. Men are all the same. He is. And so is Logan. Jack paused, then deliberately brought up the party from the other night but stopped himself. "Ava, there are some things I really can't discuss. Anyway, the fact that I'm still willing to be with her is a blessing for her. You have to fully commit to putting on a show. If Ava is surrounded by people who look at her differently, she won't be able to hold herself together. When she finally gets her memory back, as Lisa said, she'll still be under his control." His feelings for Ava were real, but so was his reluctance to give up the party life for her. I wrapped my arms around Logan's neck and whispered in his ear, lowering my voice on purpose. "Honey, why don't you ask me why I had to hide? You must have a good reason." Logan gave me a quick peck on the lips. Like it's nothing, just letting me set him on fire. When he was ready to go, I gently pressed against his hip, looking up slightly. "Honey, actually, I didn't lose my memory." Logan froze, surprise flashing across his eyes. But soon his gaze was as deep as ink. His tone was probing and somewhat aggrieved. "You said you love me. No backing out." I laughed, pulling his head down to keep kissing him. "No backing out, fiancé." Those words seemed to please Logan immensely. He kept me close, making me call him honey repeatedly until my voice was hoarse, refusing to stop. I kicked him in annoyance, but he just caught my leg and continued fooling around. Once I woke up and regained my strength, piecing together all the details, I realized Logan had planned this all along. "If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have bothered being friends with Jack." Logan was honest about it. The translucent bathroom door was just one of his methods to entice me, so why not hold back? Logan, ears turning red, explained, "What's easily gained isn't treasured. And besides, I didn't want to take advantage of you. I wanted you to genuinely want to be with me. If I hadn't pretended to lose my memory, and Jack hadn't pushed me to you, what would you have done? I was curious. If he treated you right, I'd slowly find a way to steal you away. If not, I'd wait for the right moment to swoop in. Luckily, he didn't treat you well." Logan raised his eyebrows slightly. He held me tight, his gaze deep and thoughtful. Logan came with me to visit the Whites. We discussed all the details about the engagement. Logan was composed and prepared. Apart from the lavish jewelry, there was a $300 million dowry. After we get engaged, 10% of the White shares will be transferred to my name. "Logan, this is too much." It's the first time I called his name. "Ava, I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Longer than you might think." Logan spoke softly, eyes filled with deep affection. I remembered the first time I met Logan on Jack's yacht. Everyone was so laid back and carefree. Except him in a perfectly tailored dark suit, tie meticulously knotted, so out of place. Seeing a different person beside me, my parents didn't ask too many questions. Lately, Jack's antics weren't exactly a secret in our circle. My parents had heard some of it. They were worried about me. Today, Logan came with real intentions to propose, and my parents couldn't hide their smiles. Once we set a date, they excitedly shared the engagement news in their social circles. Jack's calls started flooding in. Ava, did you get your memory back? You better explain when I ever said we were getting married. Now that you remember things, I'm sure you know some stuff. Don't think you can threaten me with this. I might reluctantly be with you, but whether we get engaged is up to me. Get your parents to delete their post and let's talk this out. Annoying. Jack, which eye of yours saw me getting engaged to you? If you don't need your eyes, donate them to someone who does. I hung up and blocked him immediately. Refusing to be defeated, Jack tried calling again. Sorry, the number you are trying to reach is currently unavailable. He had been blocked by Ava. Jack's glass shattered in his hand, and in a fit of rage, he swept all the bottles off the table. Ava! How dare she? Jack, calm down, this is just Ava trying to get your attention. Lisa quickly clung to Jack, trying to calm him down by touching his chest gently. You don't get how women think. It's just a tactic to play hard to get. Is that true? The anger in Jack's eyes faded as clarity set in. Of course. That engagement news might just be something Ava is using to provoke you. Lisa sounded so sure. Jack finally started to relax. Yeah, Ava's circle was small, plus Logan had been keeping an eye on him. In such a short time, who could Ava possibly be engaged to? A smirk appeared at the corners of Jack's mouth as he took the glass Lisa offered and downed its contents. He had really lost his cool earlier. How had he missed Ava's little trick? Well, he'd wait then. If Ava couldn't hold out and came to apologize, he'd reconsider the engagement. After all, marrying Ava had always been part of his plan. Engaging was just making it official. My movie got nominated for the Golden Tripod Awards. I decided to go all out for the ceremony. The team went ahead of me, and I stayed on the red carpet to pose for photos. Lisa showed up with Jack in tow. 5. When Jack spotted me, his face turned sour. Ava, if you really want to back down, you shouldn't have come to this event. This isn't your place. Don't cause a scene, it won't do you any good. I've always dreamed of being a director since school days. Jack never took it seriously. He never cared about my work. So naturally, he didn't know there was a crowd for my project today. Lisa nearby also spoke softly. Ava, getting caught crashing the red carpet would be embarrassing. How about I speak to the director, see if I can get you a spot? You could follow us and walk in behind us. No need. I quickly handed over the pen to the staff and walked in briskly, lifting my dress. I didn't want to get too entangled with these two. By some twist of fate, my seat was right next to Jack's. There was no name on the seat, and only when he sat down did I realize it was reserved for him as a special guest. Ava, do you think arranging to sit next to me can suppress me? Let's not be childish. Go home, I'll see you when I'm free. Don't embarrass yourself here. He continued talking to himself, disdain clear in his eyes. I'm here for reasons that have nothing to do with you, I explained helplessly. Jack chuckled, full of disdain. Ava, stop pretending, it's getting boring. My patience is limited, don't test my limits. If you're not here for me, then what are you doing? At that moment, the loud voice of a senior guest drowned out Jack's chatter. The Best Director award for this unit goes to Ava. Best Story Film award-winning movie, Dawn. Please welcome the creative team. The spotlight was on me. I stood up confidently and walked toward the stage amidst Jack's shocked expression. Lisa's film team received no awards this evening. Jack had never seen such a dazzling Ava. Under the spotlight in a high-fashion dress, I shone brightly. Or perhaps he had never truly looked at Ava before. Having Ava by his side all the time made him habitually overlook her brilliance. As Ava received the trophy on stage, Jack felt a pang in his heart, as if something was slipping away. The words he recently said to Ava seemed like a joke. He wanted to explain. But Ava had already swapped seats with the team and kept her distance from him. They were separated by the crowd. Much like the chasm between him and Ava that seemed insurmountable now. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Afterwards he hurried after Ava, but Lisa blocked his path. Jack, you promised me. The award ceremony wasn't even over, and Lisa impatiently approached Jack. "Get lost." Jack brushed Lisa aside, uninterested in dealing with her. Her dress unexpectedly slipped, revealing a bit too much, cameras flashing non-stop. I quickly covered her with a jacket to avoid further exposure. Escaping the crowd, Lisa looked at me confused. "Why help me?" "I'm not helping you, I just don't want tomorrow's award buzz overshadowed by your scandal. This was my debut award-winning work, a step to building my reputation. I won't let anything steal its spotlight. My issues with Lisa will be dealt with later." The last person with any right to shame Lisa was Jack. Logan, back from a business trip, picked me up. Per my request, he stayed in the car, only revealing a slight side profile and photos to avoid a stir. Days apart had made me miss him dearly. Once home, I kicked off my heels and wrapped myself around him, softly murmuring, "Honey." In a hoarse voice, Logan held me tight. "Are you sure you want to start from here?" His kiss silenced me and things quickly got out of hand. My phone rang inconveniently. A strange number. In a panic, I accidentally answered it. Jack's voice came through. "Ava, who's that guy? You're doing this on purpose to annoy me, aren't you?" "I agreed to our engagement, isn't that enough?" I couldn't help but frown. "Focus, babe." Logan suddenly intensified his grip. I gasped, leaning against his chest. "What are you doing?" "Ava, I beg you not to test." The call cut off and the room was finally quiet. "Honey, focus," Logan insisted, leaving me no room for chatter. Our lips met and we sunk into passion. Jack wouldn't give up, bothering with countless numbers. He even showed up on set to corner me. It's kind of funny. I used to hope he would come see me shoot. He never bothered. Now he shows up uninvited. "Jack, we're not even close. Your antics are troublesome. My fiancé wouldn't be happy." I rubbed my forehead, giving him a pointed look. "Ava, cut it out, you've remembered. You're my girlfriend, no fiancé involved. I'm willing to give in now, what more do you want?" His words dripped with superiority, impatient. On set, unnecessary personnel aren't allowed. Too tired to humor him, I had him escorted out. Logan heard about Jack showing up and was visibly possessive. He clutched my fingers tightly, his breath lingering. "The film festival promo is over, can I show face now?" We'd held off on publicly announcing the engagement. I wanted my work to take precedence over my personal life. The whites controlled half of the hoo-high scene. Their sole heir's marriage wouldn't be calm. "Honey, I want a title." Logan coaxed me the whole night. I finally caved. Soon news of our alliance spread across hoo-high. On our engagement day, Jack rushed in trying to stop it. 6. I hooked my arm through Logan's, smiling from ear to ear. "Let me introduce you, this is my fiancé, Logan." "Why does it have to be you? I thought of you as a good bro." Jack's eyes reddened as he clenched his fists and swung at Logan. "Watch out." I gasped softly, but Logan had quick reflexes and effortlessly pinned Jack, pushing him aside. He brushed the dust off his sleeve. "Someone show him out." Jack was thrown out of the venue, smashing everything nearby. The incident blew up online, and the people sent by the Greens took him away. He was locked up. After getting out, Jack tried to snatch projects from the whites again but ended up losing half of his resources to them instead. The company value kept shrinking. When Grandpa G found out, he was so mad he broke one of Jack's legs. Only then did he quiet down. I put the things Jack once gave me up for sale on a seafood market site. Sold them at 10% of the original price, a steal for sure. Soon buyers contacted me asking why so cheap. "Just some worthless stuff. If you genuinely like it, I'll send it for free." The other side went silent. In the end, they bought everything at 10 times the original price. Got millions. I donated the money to a mountain area. As for Lisa drugging me, before I could submit the evidence, she turned herself in and went to jail. And just like that, she was banned from the industry. After our engagement, I was busy preparing to shoot new work. Once production started, I couldn't focus on much else and ended up neglecting Logan a lot. On a rare day off, Logan made time to stay home with me. We were inseparable, not wanting to part for a moment. "Logan, when did you start liking me?" I've been pondering this question for a while. Couldn't remember having any connection with Logan. Logan gently rested his hand on top of my head, ruffling my hair. "Ava, you might not remember. On the first day of school, you bumped into someone. As I looked up, that silhouette stayed in my heart. I couldn't help but secretly learn about you, watch what you liked. But in all my life, the concept of liking wasn't something I ever dealt with. Before I could figure out how to confess, you were already with Jack. I once thought of giving up, but I found I just couldn't. So I chose to befriend Jack, getting close to you in a sneaky way. Logan stared right at me, his eyes soft and misty. Eva, I love you. Frankly, it doesn't matter if you love me back or not. Now you've chosen to come to me on your own. I won't ever let go. Catching the affection in Logan's eyes, I leaned in and pecked his lips. Logan, I'll love you more tomorrow than I do today. The setting sun outside blazed gloriously. Inside, shadows danced. A year later, Logan and I officially got our license. On our wedding day, Jack stood off the stage, looking worn and red-eyed. After exchanging rings, his figure had already left. I was surprised Logan let him in. I wanted him to see that my Ava deserves nothing but the best. Logan held my hand tightly. That night by the river, there were fireworks all night long. In the city's center, the big screen was filled with Ava's name. Logan's love didn't need to hide anymore. During a month-long honeymoon, we barely left the villa. I playfully protested, but my voice was swallowed. Honey, this is the last time. Logan, you're lying. You said that last time. This time it's true, I promise. Kisses rained down on my forehead. I gradually gave up resisting, letting my strength fade away. Maybe we went too far, and soon enough I got pregnant. Logan's face alternated between joy and worry. It was rare to see him like that, so I teasingly trailed my finger along his sleeve. Honey, today I want to... Logan jumped up, quickly backing away. Don't do this, we can't now. Only after teasing him into begging did I let up. In life, meeting you is encountering flowers in the rain. Love is endless. The world is full of romance. Tonight, the moon is beautiful, and happiness is slowly climbing its way up. Everything is just right. The Inn.